number 8 key. Okay, then we have the divide. Okay, it's a forward slash. So forward slash, you get that also from your keyboard. So these are the 4 arithmetic operators that we will look at shortly. Then we'll also look at how to use sum, average, maximum, minimum, and count. When we are using it, I explain each of those terms. Then I'd already introduced you to the auto sum, autofill. I introduced you to autofill. So I'll show you the auto sum that works almost like sum. Okay. Then we have the formula bar where we type our formulas for calculations. And if we have time for tonight, we'll look at the freeze, panes, and splitting windows. Okay. So this is what we hope to cover in today's class. Now let's go to our spreadsheet. Please make sure you have opened your spreadsheet. Can you see my spreadsheet? Just unmute yourself and answer so that I know you are seeing what I want you to see. Are you seeing my spreadsheet?
Yes.
Okay, beautiful. So that means we're on track. All right. Hello.
Sorry, I can't see your file.
You're not seeing my spreadsheet?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I need everyone to see my spreadsheet so that can you see it now?
No, ma, I can't.
Okay. So let me stop the sharing and reshare that sheet because it's essential you see the sheet. Okay. All right. Good. You should see my spreadsheet now. What did I
Yes,
do?
ma'am. I see the spreadsheet now.
You are seeing it?
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm not seeing it though. Wait, let me.
I've seen it. I've seen it.
Okay, share it again.
It has disappeared.
I closed it. I'm starting. I'll reshare it. Okay, you should see it now. Are you all seeing it?
Yes. Yes,
Yes.
I can see
Okay.
it.
Yes, we see.
I can see it.
Can you see me moving my cursor up and down the sheet?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes.
beautiful. All right, so that means we are good to go. All right, so you have your spreadsheet also opened on your laptop. I'd like you to do what I will do. Okay, so we enter the formula on on column H. If you click on H2, you will see on the formula bar that there's a formula there, right? So that means this is the column that has value. This other column, column G2, there's no formula on the formula bar, right? So we don't need it. I told us in the last class we don't need it. So I'd like us just delete it, okay? So we right click. The reason why I left it there in the last class is to guide your assignment. But now we don't need it, so we'll delete it. You right click on column G and click delete. Please take note, we are using the sheet we created in the last class, class practice. That is the same sheet we are using. All right. So I delete column G. Now column H has moved to column G. So if I click on G2, you can see the formula there. That is what I want to see. All right. Good. Similarly also, this is number column. And when you are talking of an amount, at least there should be a comma to help you read the number effectively, whether it is 1,000, 10,000, as the case may be. Please mute yourself. Please mute yourself. All right. So we want to format this column to have comma. So select column G. Just click on letter G to select the entire column. Then up here where you have number, I'm on my home tab. Where you have number, you will see comma style. You see comma style. Click on it just once. Okay, good. Now it has given us a value. So we can easily read this, that it is 36,624, 398,880, and etc. Now you see we have two zeros, 0.00. Of course, an accountant will tell you 0.00 is very important. Yes, you can leave it if that is how you want. But if you don't want the 0.00, because you know that all the values are whole numbers, okay? There's no fraction. So you may want to remove those leading zeros, okay? To remove the leading zero, you come here to where you have decrease decimal, and you click on it twice because we have two zeros. I click once, one zero has gone. I click again, the second zero is out. If I want the zero back, I will just go to increase decimal. Click on it, it comes back. Click on it, it comes back. If I click again, I can increase it as many times as I want, but I don't want the zeros. So I will click to remove it. Okay, now this total column looks much more better. Please mute yourself. Mute yourself, please. All right,
Mute.
good. So
Okay.
similarly, we are going to do the same thing for column E. All right, anything pricing should have comma for easy visual representation. So I will click on column E and do the same thing. Click on comma. Okay, you see the value is too large, right? You remember value is too large, so I will double click to expand the column. Good. It has 0.00. I also don't want the 0.00, so I'll click on decrease decimal to reduce the decimal. Okay, fine, good. That is because I know that I want everything in whole numbers. Okay, good. So that's about that. And of course, if you can include currency in your column heading, so I double click on naira, I can put open brackets, to indicate that it's naira. Okay, if you are using Office 360, if you come up here, you are using Office 360, if you come up here, it's even disabled right now. If you come up here, under number, you have this icon, accounting number format. If you click on the drop down, if you are using Office 360, you will see the naira symbol, but I'm not using it. I'm not using Office 360. It was on my former laptop, I had that. So I'm going to just highlight the N to put a double stroke or single stroke, as the case may be, just to make it naira symbol. Okay, so to put the naira symbol, I will click here under fonts, or click here. I want to strike through that letter M. All right, good. So I will click on strike through. You see that? Please mute yourself. This video is being recorded. Please mute yourself. Let me not repeat this. All right, good. So that is a naira symbol. I can copy the same naira symbol, Control C, to copy it and put same
Samuel.
total. Put same in total. Okay, so that's about that. Let me open that column there. So you can see, because it's usually good to indicate the currency for your value. So if you are in
I want
Nigeria,
to Samuel.
currency, please mute yourself. So that's your currency. And if you are using dollar, of course, you have the dollar symbol there, or any other currency you want to use, euro and etc. All right, good. Yinka Taiwo, Idowu, please mute yourself. Idowu, please mute yourself. Thank you. All right, good. I hope we are still seeing my spreadsheet. All right, so we move on. Um, we will insert three columns. I'm just trying to clean up this sheet before we go into the operators, okay? Before we go into the arithmetic operators. Similarly, because in Excel, your data presentation matters a lot. Similarly, I'm seeing a column here, the date column. It has date and time. It has date and time. I would rather time has a different column and date has a different column, because right now it's even making the column too wide and it's not really presentable the way it is like this. Okay, so what I will do, I'm going to insert new columns. Okay, so I will click on column B. Please take note, the spreadsheet will always insert to your left. It will always insert to your left by default. So since I want to insert a new column between A and B, I will select B. If I select A to insert a new column, the column will be A. So rather I will select B because I want it in between. So I right click on B and say insert. Okay, I have one. Let me make another one. I'll click on C and say insert. I click on C again and insert. The person that has not mute himself, I really don't know why you are distracting the class. Please mute yourself. Thank you. All right. So what I will do is to click on column A and control copy. Then I will highlight column B, C, D. Okay, somebody may want to ask, why did I insert three columns? Let me escape to do this. Sorry, please.
Can you imagine? Who are you embarrassing?
Yinka, you are disturbing our class, please. All right, I've muted. All right. That is because I know that there are three columns to be needed. Okay, I know. I use the filter to find that out. There's an AM something there. I go to filter, click on this drop down arrow. Um, I will see that. Okay, I will see that. So I will still show you filter. I'll teach it as a topic. All right, good. So I will just click on column A and then copy. So I press Control C to copy. You see the marquee around the column. So I will just click on column B. I'm holding down my left click, then I highlight to D. Then paste, Control V, or you right click and paste. Okay, you right click and paste, either one. Good. All right, so I have done that. So what I want to do now is press escape. So I want to change. I may end up deleting one column, but let's do this. All right, so I want to change data type. Let this give me just date and not time. So I will select column B and go to general, then go to, I can use any of these dates, okay, depending on how I want the date displayed. If I want it, I can take short date like this, okay, but I usually don't like this format because it's writing the month before the day. So this is 1st of January, 2nd of January. I usually don't like this, so I will go to the drop down arrow, put a date that anyone who sees it knows what the date is. I'll click on more number functions. Okay, let me undo that before we proceed, but it's not necessary I undo. Okay, just for clarity, I'm doing. So I'll go to dates, click on dates, and come down. There are different date formats here. You just scroll down and look for the one that you prefer. Okay, look for the date that you prefer. This is okay, where it shows me the day, the month, and the year. I like that sequence, DDMMYY. Okay, so I'll click on okay. I'll click on OK. Can you see that? Now it gives me just the dates. Okay. Now if you look, it's always whenever you do any you take any action on the spreadsheet, always verify that your result is okay. So this is 1st January 2025. Can you see that? 2025 0101. 2025 0102. So this is 2nd of January 2025. This is beautiful. All right, so I go to the next column, and I want to change this column to time, the same time we have there. So to just edit the time for time only. So the same way, I click on column C, go up to general, click on the drop down arrow, come down here to more number formats, okay, and then come to time, have time there. So I want the time. You can see the time here. There are 3 sections: 00, 00, 00. So that is mean seconds, minutes, hour. Okay, seconds, minutes, hour. So I will look for something similar to that. Yes, second, minute, hour. All right, something like this, or I go to custom and pick what I want. Let me use from custom. In custom, you can customize any function. All of these functions here can be customized to be fit for purpose. Okay, so I'll come here. All right, let me take from here. I think I like this, minutes and seconds. What is this? This is hour, minute, and seconds. Hour, minute, and seconds. All right, let me take this. Hour, minute, and seconds. Take this and click OK. Oh no, this doesn't look fine. It doesn't look right. Go to general. I can also take time from here. All right, this is beautiful. This gives me what I want. So I don't need this other date column. So I'll right click and delete it. Delete. So just 2 columns additional is okay. All right, so you can see all the 00, 000, 0. The time here is clear. Of course, you know that 12 midnight is 000, and that is what is depicted here. 12 midnight, that is 12 a.m. Okay, so that's a beautiful time. So I can as well delete column A because I don't need it again. I have split it into a presentable format. Okay, please always remember you should cross-check your work before you make a final decision to delete a column. All right, good. This is looking more beautiful. All right, yes, let me just scroll down quickly. You can see it looks more beautiful. All right, good. That being done, to collapse this a little and collapse this a little. It's too wide, so let me collapse it a little. All right, good. So we are done with making this sheet look more presentable. Okay, so we will move into the arithmetic operators, but before then, I need you to understand some cell referencing. I need you to understand cell referencing. So when we talk about cell referencing, If you look at this formula we did in the last class, look at this formula we did in the last class where you have total. I click on H2. Can see this formula? Can you see? It's showing E2 times F2. E2 times if you can recall, the formula previously was D2 times E2. If you can recall, formula was D2 times E2, but because we have added new column, and done some editing, so it automatically updated itself. That is the beauty with using functions in Excel. It will automatically edit itself, and so the formula is now okay. The formula is okay. All right, good. So that being said, let's so you take note of that. E2 ratio 2. So what type of reference, cell reference is that? What type of cell reference is that? All right. So we have two types of cell referencing. Three types majorly. We have three types of cell referencing. We have um relative referencing, we have absolute referencing, and we have mixed referencing. All right, those are the three types of cell referencing that we have. So I've written it here on my sheet. We have three types of cell referencing. We have relative referencing, we have absolute reference, and we have mixed reference. So what is relative reference? If you can see my sheet, relative reference is an example like I just showed you when we did total. So you have the column and the row, okay? None of them is locked. That is relative reference. None of them is locked. Then if we have relative reference, absolute reference, in absolute reference, either one or both column and row are locked, okay? For the cell to be locked, you will see a dollar sign like I am showing on my screen, or you have dollar sign on number 4. You see a dollar sign, okay? So for this kind of absolute reference like I have here, dollar sign C and row 3. So that means that the absolute reference is on the column because it's a column that has the dollar sign. There is no absolute reference on row 3, okay? There are some situations you can have absolute reference, the dollar sign on the column and the dollar sign on the row, just like I have on the screen. Dollar sign D, dollar sign 2. All right. So where you now have a combination of relative reference and absolute reference, we call it mixed reference. We call it mixed reference, like you can see on my screen. All right, so a combination of both relative and absolute. So we are going to take note of that as we go into the use of our operators to calculate this evening. Okay, I had earlier sent this information on the group so that you would type it ahead of the class. If you have not typed it, it's in the group, so you could pick it up from there later, or if you are a fast typist, you can go ahead and type it. Okay, it doesn't matter the column where you put it. What's important is that you type it. So we are going to calculate for these functions, but let me highlight this and bold it to emphasize it, and then increase the font size a little more so that it will be very clear to you. Okay, good. So we want to do some arithmetic operations using the spreadsheet. So we have this sheet that gives record of sales, records of sales, the quantity, the unit, the salesperson, and the total sales of products that were made. So we want to analyze a few information that will be used for either daily, weekly, or monthly reporting. Okay, so we want to find out the total amount that was sold. We want to find out the total amount that was sold. I told us in the last class, you don't need to punch calculator. Just give Excel the right formula and it gives you the answer. Okay, so I will type equals to, then still on my home tab, if you look up here where you have editing group, there you can see auto sum. Click on the drop down arrow beside auto sum, then click on sum. Okay, because what we want to calculate is the sum total. What we want to calculate is the sum total, this column H. So you click on you can either click on sum, or you can also click on auto sum. They perform similar function. All right, so I click on auto sum. So you see it's looking for where to sum up. It's looking for where to sum up. So I'll just come here, click on H2, click on column H row 2. Now I need to scroll down to the last row that has value on the total column. You know, I told you the difference between you and someone that knows how to use Excel is speed. So instead of me using my scroll bar to scroll, I'm wasting my time. Just hold down your control key and press your down, sorry, hold down your your shift key, your control key, and your down arrow key. You see, it takes you to the last cell value on your spreadsheet. You remember, we have done this in the previous class. The last row value is 1201. So when you hold down your shift key, your control key, and your arrow key pointing downwards, it selects the entire column. Okay, all I need to do is press enter. Once you press enter, it automatically fills the answer in the column. Can you see it? So I'll just scroll up a little. You can
I'm
see
sorry, ma, to interrupt, but
I
I
will
didn't get that, please.
repeat it. Let me open the column so that you can appreciate the answer that is being displayed. Okay, so this is the total sales that was recorded. Okay, so I will delete it and repeat it again. All right, good. So we want to find the total amount sold. We want to find the total amount sold for our products. So you click on auto sum. When you click on auto sum, you see the formula equals to sum. I told you auto sum and sum are similar. Okay, so the mark Q will just pick anything. This highlight, it can pick anything, but you need to redirect it to the appropriate formula. Don't try to play around, because anything you touch now, it will be picking it as calculation. So all you need to do, move your cursor to H2. Click on H2. That is the starting point. So if you look at your formula bar, it is showing equals to sum H2. Then we want to calculate the entire values on that column H. So I will hold down my shift key. You can write this formula down. Hold down your shift key, hold down your control key, and touch your arrow key pointing downwards. It will highlight to to the last cell value on your column. Once you have verified this, because already we know, if I click on this drop down arrow a little, you can see it is actually the last cell value on my spreadsheet. All I need to do is press enter. I will just press enter, and automatically, let me scroll up a little, automatically the total has been calculated. At any point in time where there is a change, for example, this is the beauty of Excel. Take note of this total sales. I'm coming to quantity. Maybe we got a report, after some careful analytics, we saw that, we did not capture the correct quantity sold by James on the 1st of January. We did not capture it. So an additional information came in, and after putting the figures together, it was observed that the quantity sold by James on the 1st of January is 50. So I will change the value to 50. Okay? Now, when I change the value to 50, take note what will happen.
We are not seeing the spreadsheet. So
You are not just seeing it, or
the
you have not been
spreadsheet is
seeing
not
it?
showing.
Is this people?
Not just seeing it now.
You are seeing it before? Okay. Is there
Yes, it
anybody
has
that
gone
was
up.
seeing the spreadsheet?
I'm seeing the spreadsheet.
I'm seeing the spreadsheets.
I'm not seeing
Control Z.
spreadsheet too.
I only needed compliance from all of us. So I didn't want to come to the group to start muting people. That's why I tell you, mute yourself. Because by the time I change interface, it has a way of affecting one or two persons' vision of what we are doing. And this session is being recorded. So you're already interrupting the recording. All right, no problem. Let me reshare that sheet for that person to see what I am doing, please. So I will stop sharing and I will reshare the screen. Can you see the spreadsheet now? Madam that says
Yes.
she's not seeing, can you see the spreadsheet now? All right, let's move on with the class, please. Okay, so like I was saying, so we got the report that James' actual sales quantity on the 1st of January is 50. All we need to do is update his record. Take note of the value on that total amount sold, 156.25, blah, blah, blah. All right, so I will change this quantity to 50. Okay, also take note of the total. Once I press enter on my keyboard, you will notice total will update, then total amount sold also will update. Okay, can you see that? The total has updated to 76,300 and the total amount sold has also updated. This is the beauty of the spreadsheet. It's automated. Okay, it's automated. So I'll press Ctrl Z. All right, so that is about that. So we've used the AutoSum or the sum to calculate total amount sold. The next thing we want to look at is we want to find out the highest product quantity sold. So we have here quantity. We want to know which products had the highest sales. Okay, had the highest sales. So the way we can find that is using the maximum. There are different functions in Excel. Now let me show you. If you come here to your formula bar, you have the FX. If you click on it, the pop-up icon shows you all the functions in the spreadsheet. You can see it says select a function. So if I click on the drop down arrow, I have the same functions I had when I clicked on the drop down arrow by AutoSum is what you have here. Okay, and then you can still get some more functions from here where it says select a category. You click on this drop down arrow, all the functions have been categorized. So depending on the particular function you want to look at, we have financial functions, date and time functions, statistical functions, lookup and reference, etc. Okay, um so you can take from here. So I'll cancel this. Let me use this one on the home tab because it's faster. You see, I have this drop down. I can still click on more functions and it brings me here. So either ways is okay. All right, so we want to find the highest product quantity sold. That means we are looking for the maximum sales. The highest is the maximum function that you will use. And so always click where you want to impute your answer. Always click where you want to impute your answer. So we want to impute our answer on column K, row 5. Column K, row 5. You can see it's highlighted. So I'll come to the formula. You type equals to, then go to AutoSum, click on the drop down arrow by the side, click on maximum. Let me remove the equality sign first. Okay, so take that again. I click where I want to impute the answer, go to the drop down arrow by AutoSum and select maximum. Okay, now it is showing me the formula maximum. It will highlight anything, but you need to redirect it to where you want it to look up values. Okay, so I will click on quantity. I'm looking for the maximum quantity sales. So I will click on E2 under quantity, that is 24. I click on it the same way. I will select the entire column. I'll select the entire column so that I can look up the highest quantity. So hold down your shift key, hold down your control key and your down arrow key. So once I do that, it selects to the last row. The next thing is to press your enter key on your keyboard. Press your enter key on your keyboard. So I will scroll up. It has imputed the value. So I will scroll up. So the item that sold highest is 49. 49 of that product. Okay. When we are doing our filtering, we can click here, click on the column heading, bring out your filter, and if I want to know which product is that, so under quantity I click on the drop down arrow, and under search I can just type 49. Okay, sorry, you type 49, so I have 49 there. If I click OK, all right, so these are the products that had the highest sales. So we have beverages, household items, and etc. Okay, so I will clear the filter so that to clear the filter, these drop down arrow are filters. To clear the filter, I go back to filter and then click on filter. It will remove the filter icons. Okay, so good. So the next thing we want to calculate is the lowest product quantity, just similar to how we did maximum, but this time around, since we are looking for the lowest product quantity, that means we are looking for the least quantity sold. Okay, the least quantity sold. So you click where you want to impute your answer and then click on the drop down arrow beside AutoSum, then take minimum. take minimum. Do the same thing, come to quantity E2, click on column E2 once, then hold down your shift key and your control key and touch your arrow key pointing downwards. It highlights the entire row. Always verify that it reached the last value. We know that it is 1201. Always ensure it reaches the last value. So you press your enter key. So it has filled up the answer. I scroll up a little. Good. All right. Similarly, also we can find the average sales cost. Okay, we know that the total cost is 156,757,283. Okay, so we are going to click here to find the average sales cost. You know, mathematically, sometimes also when you are doing any form of calculation, they could ask you to find the average. So you could use the formula to do that. So majorly, I'm teaching you how to use functions, formula functions in Excel. So I will go to auto sum, the same method, and take average. I'll click on average. Once I click on average, it will usually pick the values above or horizontally, but that is not the problem. Always redirect it to where you want it to select from. So I will click on, we are looking at average sales cost. So we'll click on total because that is total sales. Okay, so click on total, that is H2. Don't include the column heading. Okay, let me try so that you see. If I click on H and I press enter, beautiful. I think I even prefer this method. Okay, you know why I prefer this? You click on the column heading. Let me take that again. I go to average. I'll tell you the difference. Click on average. Then I just click on the column heading H. Now, when I do that, it selects it to the last column. It selects it to the last column. If I enter a value after the last cell, which is 1201, it will automatically update the average sales. Because right now, columns after 1201, there are no values, right? They are blank. But in a case where, you know, more data entry came in, it will automatically update the average sales. So I prefer this method. Okay, I needed you to also know these different approaches. I will press enter. I will explain. I like real practicals so that my students will understand what I'm saying. Okay, take note of this value of average sales. I want to go down and then take note of this value of total amount. Okay, I want to go down to the last cell where I have, where I have 1000. So I'll click on H. I want to go down to the last cell. Good. Where I have 1200. Let me assume now that I added additional values. Control copy. I added additional values, you know. I've increased the row to 1204. All right. Now I expect that automatically, as I added new values under column E and F, automatically it should just give me the total. But because the formula did not reach this cell, that is why it's not giving me the total. So for me to now get this total, I have to apply another strategy by double clicking on the last value there. Put your cursor at this tip, then double click. Then automatically it will fill it, right? But I'm picturing where you have large data sets. This will slow your process. Don't forget, the difference between you and someone else that knows how to use Excel is speed. So instead of me now doing this approach, I would prefer to select the entire column. So once I make input anywhere on any rows on the sheet, all other records should automatically update. So we have added new values here, right? I should expect to see change on the total cost and change on the average, change on the maximum, minimum, and etc. where necessary. So I want to go back. So I'll click on Shift Control up arrow to take me back. All right. Now, what do you observe? Did the values change? The values did not change. The values did not change. And that is because those cells after 1201 were not included in the formula. So you should always take note of this so that in case you need to go back and revisit the formula. So I will click here on total amounts and do the formula again. So I'll come here to auto sum, then click on H, okay, then press enter. Now at this point, this has covered to the last row. Let me show you. If I go to Shift Control down arrow, Shift Control, okay, because it's seeing the formula. If you even look at the formula, it's showing HH. So it has taken the entire column. So I just press, that is to 1 million, 1 million rows. So I'll press enter. All right, so that gives me that value. So let me try something again here. Shift Control down arrow. Okay, so I've added new rows, right? Control up arrow. What did you observe in the total amount sold? You can see that the value automatically updated because I captured the entire column. So any additional data I bring into the sheet, the total amount is updated automatically. So I prefer this approach. So I'm going to correct this maximum, the entire quantity. So I'll click on column E. Okay, I needed you to appreciate these differences. I click on column E, press enter. Okay, the same thing for minimum. Go to minimum and then click on column E, then press enter, and that updates it. The same thing with average sales. We have 5. If you are getting a timer pop up, let me know. Okay, so we have average sales. Similarly, if I click here, average sales, click on column H, press enter, and that also gives me the average sales. So I have total product quantity. So the sales team have sold products. We want to know the total quantity of products sold because before they started selling, we are taking inventory and we know that this is the total amount of products that we bought. Now they have sold. We should know how much they've sold so that we know whether we still have products in store or not. Okay, so we use count to do that. The count function works only on numbers, not on text. Like salesperson is a text, James, beverage category, food, etc. They are text. Numbers, count function only works with numbers. So we click where we want to input the answer and then click on this drop down arrow and then click on count numbers. So click on count, then we click on column E, quantity, column E, quantity, so that it selects the entire column. Okay, and then press enter. All right, so that picks the total product that was sold. Okay, let me go down to that cell and delete this answer. Oh, sorry, I did it extra. Alright, let me delete so that when you are doing your own, your answer will tally with mine. Okay, alright, so your answer should tally with mine when you are doing yours. You can screenshot so that you use it to cross check your answer. Alright, so let me see my PowerPoint. What else do we have to look at? Okay, free Spain. Okay, good. So let's look at free Spain, prison pains. Meanwhile, any question on this before we look at free Spain? I'm sure you should be getting a prompt on the time. Your call ends in 3 minutes. I've seen the prompt. So in 3 minutes time, our call will end. What will happen is when it logs us out, I will send a new link to the WhatsApp group. Then we could all connect back so that I will teach us the free Spain. All right, how to free Spain. It's a very interesting aspect of the spreadsheet that helps those that deal with very large chunk of data be able to go through the data while referencing fixed columns. You don't want to miss that class. Meanwhile, if you have a question, please unmute yourself and ask a question. Or there's any aspect that you were not clarified on, unmute yourself and I will repeat it. I'm going to extend the class by sharing a new link. Yes? If you have a question, unmute yourself and ask, please. All right, no question, right? So we could move on with the class. Okay, 2 minutes. So go back to the spreadsheet. We want to look at the free Spain. We want to look at the free Spain. Now, to freeze the pain, or I think it should be better, let's end the class. Let's log out and I start the class on a new timer. All right, because it will log us out anyway. So I'll create a new link right away. Thank you for being a part of this session.